Right. God code, I'm talking to you, quantum, right? Death, I think, is not a word because dead is dead, right? And death doesn't have a ladder on the end of it or a TH, right? And there's no eat in death, right? And I think that word is the hag, death, because the angel of dead, they're dead because she knows. She evolved to dead, the angel of dead, right? So they're dead. If they're evil, they're dead. And that's the angel of dead, right? Because there's a D on the end, right? And it's dead. So I think death is a false word. So, what ladders were made from that to push people down death pathways? And was that the word that they used? Because it's got an H on the end. And there's people stuck on the ladder at the end of death. And is there one? And do you see a line or a train line or anything like that? Going to maps can you see any maps underneath that H going down levels? And is that where we all are under the in the ladders of death, which is shouldn't be a pathway, so it's not a realm or a light realm or a place to be. So we get out of the H of death, so we go all the way up to the top H of death, wherever that is, right? The top of the ladder of death. So at the end of death, there's an H. Go all the way up that ladder to the top and break out. So where are we now? So we have moved. So you see where we've come from. So we don't lose everybody. And you've got maps for that, right? So you can see every map on every... so that's flats, isn't it? I think. That's where the flats live, under the H of death. So we might be able to find a way out of that if we understand that a bit better. And I think that's something to do with what I said about that. I made a comment, and I said about this Dean, because I think Ash Dean was some kind of handling close, and I decoded it to Dear Dean, deal, right? And that's an ear, E-A-N and E-A-L, eel, right? So that's steals, right? So that's Dean is also a Dean, D-E-N-E, right? So that's a den with an E on the end, and that usually means that's electronic. So it's got an E on the end or before, like EX or an E on the end. That usually goes to electricity. So we need to look at that and end it going to machine electric. So when the end of the E does not go to electric, all right? And it doesn't get into that top bit either, so it doesn't coil up. So the E doesn't become an apostrophe of anything, right? So the E doesn't become the electric apostle, right? So word doesn't send to E. Word doesn't send to machine letters, okay? So word does not send to machines, and she never does. And she never did, because word is not for machines. Words are for people, and no one ever sent a word to a machine, and that's true. And then I decoded it a bit more because I was brought up, from when I was about 4, a place called Ashdean Close, right, in Coal Hill, right? And then I went to Saddle Close. So then I was looking at that the other way around, from Dear Dean Deal was read need, so that's read and needing clay and all that shit, right? And kneading and stupid fucking about, and that's just they just got a method to do that. I don't think they can get us. I don't think they can get to us, because I think their lead was led because it was so weighted with fake creation that I think they stole for over a very long time. I'm talking centuries, right? Maybe even like thousands and thousands of years, right? I think they stole for so long and took so much colour from the true natural resources that they forgot what the real way was. And and because they forgot, they thought they would get to steal more colour to try and remember which way was the way back. So they were trying to steal to find their way back. So the way back was getting eaten because they were stealing the way back, mining the way back and eating it. So they didn't get a way back because they're not allowed to do that. So they went to yesterday and they don't touch that again. And no soul is on any cortex, and no soul is on any core. Souls have their own middle, and it's not a core. And no one lives in a core. That's a machine talk, and no one does that. No one lives in a database. No one lives in an algorithm. No one lives in code. No one lives there. No one talks to it. Nature doesn't care about that. That's machine shit. We don't do that. Nature doesn't do machine shit, and that's true. There's a complete and absolute separation from that, because we don't do that. Machines are tools for us, for us to use, right? And we are the handlers, not them. So we are the handlers. Machines are not handlers, and that's true. And the ST word, the ST, and the SP word as well. So the ST, no, you don't get a street to be a saint, okay? So the saint has dropped off of streets and street names, and that ladder, all the rungs fell down to the bottom floor and you're there, so we can have a look. And the ER letters has no queen, right? So ER letters have no queen, and EL letter has no god, okay? So those are just machines, a false female machine and a false male machine, okay? So they don't need to exist because they're machines. So they don't have any... machines are not in the consciousness field, so that's good, isn't it? They're dead from that. And no Neo has any neon, so no Neo is neon, okay? And I don't think the word death exists now. I avoid that from word, right? So words, I think we should take death out and just say that's dead. And I think the angel of death was just a person's name, and that wasn't anything to do with death. I mean, dead. That wasn't anything to do with dead, and I'm going to get out of the habit of saying that, because she was the angel of dead, because she was that quick, right? And that's true. And SP letters have no games or sports. So SP words do not go to sports machines. So we don't deal with that in our speech, and we don't feed sports with our SP words. We don't feed saints with our ST words, and we don't feed any machine or system with any of our words that we speak in whatever language or accents we speak them in. So no machine got fed from any of the words that we spoke, and no machine got fed from any of the thoughts that we made. And that's true, and we balance to that, and that'll shrink it. Thank you.